Today I want to talk to you about one of the most common questions I get from people who are setting up their LLCs. Do they need to also trademark the name of their LLC? Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Jim Hart. I'm the founding attorney here at Hawthorn Law, where we help online businesses get their legal house in order so that you can focus on what you do best, and that is building a business that truly matters in the world. Today I want to talk to you about the intersection between LLCs and trademarks. This is an area that a lot of people get really confused at. They're not sure what to do. They're not sure where to go to look for advice. And I want to just set the record straight with you here today about what you need to know when it comes to potentially trademarking the name of your LLC. And there's really three main secrets that you need to be aware of when it comes to this big issue. But before we get into that, I just want to tell you, trademarks are tricky. LLCs are tricky. Secret number one is that you can go ahead and file your LLC without worrying about submitting a trademark application at the same time. A lot of people, this blows them away. They're very confused. They're not sure the order that they need to do it. Some people think they need to file their trademarks first before they've set up their LLCs. Other people think, well, we need to do them at the same time. Other people aren't sure. The proper order to handle these things is you're going to set up your LLC first. And the reason you need to set up your LLC first is because your LLC needs to be in existence when you file your trademark for your business so that the trademark can be owned by the LLC. If you file the trademark first, then you as a personal individual would need to own the trademark, and frequently you can't transfer an application while it's still pending from you as an individual to the LLC. And the LLC is really the entity that's going to be doing business for you, or that's going to be transacting business between you and your customers. You need to make sure that the LLC is going to hold the trademarks, and you can't do that if you haven't filed the LLC first. So secret number two is that the vast majority of LLCs don't need to trademark their name. So a lot of people get really confused by this. They think that whatever their brand name is that they're going to be trademarking also needs to be the same name as their LLC. I think the best example of this out in the public of how this works in reality is Pat Flynn and his Smart Passive Income brand. If you go to smartpassiveincome.com and you look at their website, what you'll see is that the website, the brand Smart Passive Income, is actually owned by an LLC that Pat has formed called Flindustries LLC, which is a play on his last name, which I think is actually a pretty good name. Maybe even potentially capable of being trademarked. But Smart Passive Income is separate and apart from that. In other words, Smart Passive Income is a brand that is owned by Pat's LLC. Now, Pat has a number of different businesses. He's got Smart Passive Income, he's got the Smart Podcast Player, he's got the Smart, he's got the Switch Pop, which, I'm not an affiliate or anything, but this is it. And it works to, basically, you can put your camera right on top of here. Now, I would do that, but my camera's right there. So this is pretty cool if you need a tripod for your camera. I love this. I'm not an affiliate or anything, but I like Pat. I like what he does, and so I want to support him any way I can. Anyway, Switch Pod Player. And I'm sure Pat has other products and brands that he's selling under. It's in all likelihood all under this main LLC he's got called Flindustries. So even in a situation like Pat Flynn, and he has actually registered the trademark for Smart Passive Income, and it is owned by his LLC, which is called Flindustries LLC. Even in a situation like that, he's got a very notable brand. It's not the same name as his LLC. So in all likelihood, you can come up with a name for your LLC, and it's not going to be the same name as the brand that you're going to be selling products under. That could change. That might not be the case, but in general, you don't need to worry about whether or not the name for your LLC is something that you're going to trademark. And you don't need to do that at the same time either. Now, which leads me to secret number three, and that is that if you do plan on trademarking the name of your LLC, then you need to be very careful and make sure that you have picked a name that is worthy of the time and expense that it's going to take to actually trademark that name. There are a lot of different categories of names that are capable of being trademarked. There's different categories, and actually there's 5 main categories of names that are capable of being trademarked. I'm not going to talk about them on this video, but what I'm going to do is, if you want to follow me over to this video right here, I talk about the different types of names, the categories of names that are capable of being trademarked, and what makes a strong trademark versus what makes a not so strong trademark. So check that out right there. I'll see you in the next video. Take care, folks.